Alright, you know, there is one thing I kind of question about this title screen. It's the fact that the logo has white on light gray. I feel like they should have had, I don't know, at least a little bit of dark something behind the logo to make the white parts actually visible. Anyways, where were we last? So, at this point, we are pretty far along in things. And I've been wondering to myself, are there any other things that I want to do? Or should we just kind of make a straight shot through the rest of the story? I think we've seen basically everything I wanted to see. We've seen most things in the game, I think. Intermira. But, of course, I don't know everything. But I do think, at least all the things I really thought to myself, yeah, I'd like to see this. Those things I've gotten in here. There's really one exception, which is the one scene you can get when starting a new loop here in Normont, which I think you have to have called loop for. Can I try to call loop from here? There we go. Okay, what's the face today? It's just closed eyes. But yes, there are a few things that we have not seen still, but I think we've seen most of it. A couple that I would show if they were along the way, but there are a couple things I think we're just shy of actually getting to see. But I don't think that's that big of a deal. And... nope, well, she runs backwards. Oh no! Nope, that's what I get for button mashing. I guess we're strong today. You finally see a different scene here. Okay, anyways. Don't think there's anything else I want to do around town right now. I think I'll just get to talking to Luke. Because that is the number one thing on our agenda right now. Oh yeah. I forgot that Sif was enthusiastic. Okay, but haven't you already defeated the king before? How's that work? No, it doesn't. But you have beat the king. Cool. Sure. I mean, this guy's just lore dumping on us. No, I see. Well, it still doesn't quite add up to start with, because it doesn't explain why it would loop at the end to begin with. But the idea that she knows something about witchcraft is a lead. When has asking her anything ever worked? It's astounding seeing this much dialogue coming from this little guy. Yeah, you never do get to talk to her. Cool, but I don't know if this far is the end yet? Having a bit of a manic episode here. Cases where Sif lives without actually dying, I guess. Best example I can think of is when Bonnie was being killed, right? Also, apologies if there's background sound today, that's just how today is. That still doesn't explain looping back after the fact. Oh, we're actually acknowledging those ones. So those ones don't loop us back all the way, they just loop us back a few moments, but yes. That's the big hole in everything. I mean, she freaks out. I guess that could be contagious. But she kind of explicitly states you'll be going back, doesn't she? Oh. Well, okay. Thank you for the demonstration, Steve. What did you even just loop back before? I'm not really sure when we looped back to begin with, but anyways. So he's... Fair enough. Oh wow, is this... Do we actually see all of it? I mean, it's not like I've been going out of my way to actually do more loops than normal, or even to talk to loop more than normal. Or maybe it's just... I can't tell... That seems to imply we've seen everything. I can't remember if that's... the dialogue you get for having seen everything, or if it's just, like... It's just a thing about this point in the story where Steve just doesn't feel like talking that much, and Luke kind of agrees. So I guess we'll just head up to Euphrasia still. Alright. Takes a while to exit this dialogue tree, jeez. Alright, well in that case, I guess we'll just go and fight the king and so on. With our newfound strength this time instead of speed. Which might actually be kind of a good thing, because I mean, that means we'll do more damage as opposed to accidentally wearing out our shield, right? There was a particular memory I wanted to equip. Was there? Yes, I wanted the knife key. Yes. Alright, we're ready. Oh, you know, did I ever talk to the... Yeah, I did talk to the tutorial girl. For some reason I was wondering, oh hey, when I was supposed to talk to everyone about what they wish for. For some reason I thought to myself that I... Not tutorial girl, tutorial kid. I think I felt like I skipped tutorial kid, but no I didn't. Anyways, banana. Okay, up we go, and that's all of our memories. Great. Okay. Again. Oh, is it neck? It's well, I guess multiple things could have broken. Anyways. Alright, so we got the knife key. Let's get a more sensible memory. That is an okay attack boost. That's pretty... I still don't like the attack speed going down so far. Alright. Good HP is pretty nice. Yeah, it's look how big of a boost that is to my HP. Jeez. It's like a 50% increase almost. You know, do you like talking? I don't know if this is going to be any different, but it feels like it... I don't remember if it's been a while since we've had these conversations or not. Yeah, how are you feeling? What do you mean why? Things stay the same, right? I do enjoy just seeing. It's a surprise. It's impressive how many times things change throughout the course of this game. But I do like how it gets. It's this little thing we call operant conditioning, but it gives you just the right amount of drip feed to where most of the time when you look at these things, they are the same, and it gives you the feeling, you know, of things being the same every time. But you still get new stuff often enough to want to try to get new stuff, and you think, is it gonna be different this time? And it just kind of pulls you into the experience of going through the same things over and over, hoping it'll be different, if even marginally, the next time. Oh, don't worry, he's always self-conscious. But nothing can get between Seath and Puns. Amazing. I'm not actually sure what it is that Seath didn't try there. It is awkward jumping into these certain points in time and just being in the midst of something I haven't paid attention to for weeks. Alright, up we go. No talking this time, I think. This time we have an actual fight. Because the point is not this guy. Don't get the option to respawn this time. Alright. Not like as much point. Oh, this is the first time, isn't it? Since last time. It's a pretty redundant way of putting that, but... Hey, but I worked hard for those buffs. Like, I still have the knife key buff. Okay. Man, does he usually go that fast? Okay. What's the usual strategy here? He hasn't charged up. Hasn't started charging for the big attack yet, so I'm not going to use the shield. Do I need to buff it? I still need to buff everyone's attack. Okay. So now is the time to use that ability. If Mira doesn't like, she's going to get a turn. Before the next king turn, I'll have Seath pass a turn to her. Otherwise... debuff time. I don't know if Mira's going to make it in time. That's fine. Oh, also, this will help. Now Mira should be fine. There you go. Mira's actually faster than Seath. Oh, interesting. Is Seath just like perma debuffed right now? Like he doesn't actually. Have we ever seen that downwards arrow? Maybe you haven't. But I guess that's also why Seath is slow right now. I think he just has everything taken down. But yeah, I used the attack buff and it doesn't seem to have affected him. Anyways. Oh, you're already going again. How'd that happen? I guess because Seath is just slow. Yeah, just debuff you entirely. Bonnie gets the first strike. Fantastic. I don't think there's any point in asking things. Can I say never mind? It just doesn't use a turn, so why not? It doesn't use a turn. Hmm? Okay, that hints at something that I'm actually not sure what it's hinting at. Interesting. Alright, this is for everyone and doesn't give you a jackpot point. I do want jackpot points. I'm actually not going to do just attack, even though it does do pretty good damage. What in the world am I doing? We need paper. Well, the Sifa's all debuffed anyways, I guess it doesn't matter. Although I could have gotten extra paper points from that one ability that Sifa has. Darn it. Nice crit. I don't think that... I guess our Sifa is debuffed, but everyone else is fine. I don't know if Sifa is necessarily the... Sifa isn't the big damage dealer in this fight anyways, since it's not like he does a lot of paper damage anyways, so I think we're fine. All things considered. Sifa just is not the most important character in this fight, so having him debuffed is not huge. I was kind of hoping I'd, I guess just use a paper alpha. I was kind of hoping to get a crit by passing. So, deal first, but I don't know. No. There's nothing useful for you to do right now, Mira. Actually isn't anything I want you to do right now. I guess you can heal everyone, strictly speaking. Whatever. That did not make Steve feel any better. Now we're losing our debuffs, or our buffs now, darn it. The speed will probably wear off in just a second, though. Let's keep that on. And no real buff to give everyone else. Okay, paper time. Yeah, this fight isn't too big a deal these days. Mostly just from being used to it, not so much because the stats are much higher, because I haven't done much grinding since the last few times we fought. I like how Sif's dialogue has become more and more theater-oriented. Buff everyone. There you go. Yuck. Alright. I don't think there's a... yeah, you still have your attack down. Hey. And Mira has straight up nothing to do. I don't have anything that debuffs enemies, right? I don't think that's a thing in this game. You know what? There it is. I can only use it on someone, though. Who is it more important to use on? Mira's probably going to have her... Well, everyone... If the point just use it just to have Mira do something useful. Mira, whatever. Alright, re-slow you. My defense is still down. There you go. You actually can't attack the tier scepter. I never bothered doing that. I don't know if I should. Okay, this time. Give me extra paper. I can use this, although at this point it might also be good to heal everyone. Not that everyone's hurting that much, but still. Actually, Odile does not have that much HP. I didn't realize how much of a difference there was in HP between Odile and Iza at this point. I'm surprised it says allies instead of family members or something. Again? Dude, come on. Yeah. That might hurt a decent amount. Hello. Alright, what's your status right now? Your defense is up. I guess I'll remove that. prefer not to have everyone's defense down, but first... Oh, I just healed everyone. Darn it. I shouldn't... Do we have items that can heal everyone? Yeah, I might go for that. And in the meantime... I can't buff everyone... Well, I can't buff everyone's defense, can I? I may use an item for that. Or just, yeah. Healing meter is probably the more important thing to do right now. Because you don't want her to die. I also need to speed everyone back up again. Jeez. Yeah, we're getting in one of those situations again. And I don't have slow. Oh, this will heal everyone a little bit too, which... I wonder how much it heals everyone. I may have wasted some time with healing Mira the way I did, forgetting that I could have healed that way. Oh well. Yeah, this fight is not super demanding right now. How did it wear? Jeez, Sif is so slow there, everything's just wearing down. Okay, we're gonna have to pass some turns to this guy. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Mira cannot actually hand off her turn. Can you increase everyone's attack? I care more about increasing everyone's defense, though. And Isa can swap over to... Well, can swap over to Sif. It doesn't really matter, because I can just make her run faster with the item instead. It's probably more efficient. Yeah, well, cool. That's the one I already had, so that's not that big of a deal. And... Big one's attack back up. Okay. We're still going. We're still going. Cool. We still have a number of those. Alright, Mira, stop being dead. I'll give you permission to do that. Thank you, Bonnie. Oh, she also has buffs. That's annoying. Let's just work on... Yeah, everyone's still speedy except for, you know, 2 of us. Which is fully half of us. Let's just work on getting our jackpot back up. Get you slow again. Get your attack down. Dude, you did that immediately. Okay, still not healing everyone there. That's okay. I'm okay going for paper right now, I think, just because that'll give us a heal. Man. Yeah, these tiers are a much bigger problem than they usually are, I feel like. Yeah, but this will at least heal us. Yeah, see, that heals you a good deal. See if it's not having a good time. I just killed the stuff. Usually he absorbs the tears at some point. And see if it's not having a good fight with the king this time. Okay. This guy feeling buffed back up, probably. Or... I might go for offense. Oh, hello. Oh, thank you. Let's get everyone fast again, though. It is good they have items this time around, unlike the one time I went through the entire house and just didn't pick up any items. Use the not die spell, fantastic. And do we want to buff everyone somehow? Why not? Just because we have the chance. Yeah, Sif just cannot be buffed. You said that last time, dude. Oh no, like 1/10 my HP. Okay, anyhow. I don't have paper to use anymore here. Or really anything to use right now, actually. In that case... I don't remember how much more cooldown No Deal had for slowing him down, but getting tired of this guy attacking so often. Alright, we're definitely on the offensive again. And that's not gonna put me on the offensive very well. Ah. I don't know if there's anyone else I really feel like having use any particular ability either. We have so many of these things. See, if I think you recently used your speed up ability, so let's just make sure you have that in your back pocket for when you want it later. And I can use this again now. There we go. No, I can't. I can't turn down his defense. I don't really care to show his attack right now. Let's just get this out. Yeah, I don't know if it's Seath making a big difference or what, but this does feel like it's going by a little bit more slowly. It's not that big of a deal. And that didn't take too long still. I think that was a pretty average amount of time for a king fight, I think. Damn, okay. Seems a little bit more enthused, if that's the word you want to use for that. Have I mentioned every time I see those little, like, spiral circle things on Mira's clothing, I think it looks like palmiers. Every time. Well, that was a slight variant on the same thing. And the usual stuff. I think this is all gonna be the same. Seath isn't particularly participating much, so I don't think there's much opportunity for him to change anything in that conversation. Alright. Off we go. Seath is making an effort to protect from the worst, but I don't know how good Seath's ability to block Odiel's line of sight is. The hat probably helps. Off we go, quickly. Alright, so will things just be the same until we talk to Euphrasia this time? Here we are. I might do that. Or what? Is it saying like, oh hey, you could just loop back now? Which is interesting to think, because I don't think there's a way to die here other than... I don't think you can do this. Again, excuse my morbid curiosity. I mean, I'm curious if you get interesting dialogue. I'd be astounded if you could actually do this, but I'm curious if you get different text words saying it. I don't know, some other reason why you shouldn't do this. Oh. Okay, I will actually just reload my save for what it's worth. Wow, not even any commentary on that. Really? Huh. Honestly surprised at that. But yeah, I guess if... I don't know... Well, in this case, the game's being all, oh, hey... Clearly marking that it's talking to her could be special now. So I guess that's the only way to go back. Since you don't have any other way of dying. Or looping back, but... I'm just thinking that's what the ore was talking about. In the sense of like, oh, otherwise there's not a way to get back. But it's perfectly possible to not have the dagger as an item you can use. I'm curious if the dialogue shows up if you don't have the dagger then. Anyways. We'll do this one last time. Bananology. Oh, she kept going. Oh, here we go. So since we haven't been here that many times, I do believe there's a scene or two we have not gotten here that is possible to get. Based on things. Fulfilling certain criteria. I won't get more detail than that. There's at least one that I know I have not fulfilled. I could go out of my way to do it, but I'd have to go out of my way. I don't think it's quite worth going out of the way, so... And the game has hinted at that, in fact, but... But while I have the chance, I'll keep pursuing this one little side quest where, we try to get people to not interrupt us talking to Iza. I like how they can say, I only have this one thing left. Steve can say no, and they'll say, okay, I have other things left. I forgot you can eat apple cores to start with. Why don't people usually eat the cores? It's just because it's hard. Oh jeez, even the kid's asking you at this point. Dude, you've got issues. Aha! Abusing trust in adults. We just had this conversation. They also... found an additional stash of pineapple slices after one they just found prior to that. Alright. I wonder if it's a coincidence that you're sitting right next to a change statue. I find kind of interesting just random thoughts as Mira goes about her business here on the screen. I find kind of interesting that the Change God statues actually do in fact turn out to look just like the Change God. Considering how lazy the Change God usually is and how little they usually involve themselves in anything, I'm kind of surprised anybody even knows what they look like. It's felt a lot longer to me than it has to you. I mean, never. Averting that is the whole reason we're here. I actually surprisingly do, considering that for me this is literal months ago at this point. But, oh, well, he doesn't remember. But yeah, this is you get a flashback to this way at the beginning of the game, if I remember correctly. Yes, and she was kind of disconcerted by that. Convincing. No. Good job, Mira. Well, in this case, we actually do intend for speaking with Euphrasia to fix things, but under normal circumstances, that question basically means, can we just group hug never? Okay. That is everyone. You didn't get that one quite right. Your memory's faltering. It's failing you. Yes, I do. This thing I do remember. Even though I basically never go back to the clock tower. I'm curious how much that place changes over time. It doesn't feel like it does much, but I say that having no evidence to base that off of now that I realize what I just said, so... well... Unfortunately, there's one person left who can interrupt, and that is Seafron. Do you? static on screen is getting very strong. Again, I don't know how well that comes through on the video. Oh. So about that whole emotional heightenedness hypothesis? Well, it's a memory of a thing that never happened. Ah! It's where you equip it to Sif, though. I love how Sif is still really surprised when people go, hey, you seem to be having problems. Of course. I'm actually kind of... Okay, yeah, there we go. I was about to say, I'd be astounded if Isa actually believed this for once. I already have. Well, not everyone. I do think that there's one more thing, strictly speaking, involved in this little side quest. I don't think we'll get to see it, unfortunately. If we get the chance, I will go for it, but I don't think we will. Anyways. Me phrasing. Yeah, it's weird to realize we've spent a whole half episode just getting to here. Because we haven't gotten a lot of things in terms of number of things to get done this episode. If I wanted. Oh, I guess the alternative wasn't to use the knife. The alternative was to not tell her, or ask her a question or whatever. Yeah, interesting. I don't want to redo the king fight and so on. I think the only thing that I would be interested, well, two things I'd be interested in saying. One, again, that piece of dialogue you can see at the beginning of a Lupin demo. If you've spoken to Lupe enough on your if you've called Lupe enough times, I think is the criterion for it. We never got to see that, unfortunately, but oh well. A couple other tiny things I don't think are really consequential, even though I would have shown them if I could have. And there is one more scene that I would have shown that I think we will not be able to see here. If I go ahead with this, unfortunately, it's one of those scenes you get an achievement for, but it's a smaller thing. It's not huge. So I think we'll go ahead. If you want to see all the bits of stuff I missed, you can always look more stuff up online or play the game yourself. Off we go. Yep, I'm going to tell you what that thing is to help me right now. Oh, thanks for your faith in me. Yeah, hold on. Chill out. Not like we've ever succeeded in talking to this woman. That was the best we've ever gotten, I guess, but... Oh, but here we go. Well, never mind. Yep. She's not responsive at this point. It's how it always goes. I don't have an answer to that. Huh? You know, your phrase, I realize this is an unpleasant realization for you each time, but you're doing a really bad job at not freaking Seif the hell out. Hooray. Eternal damnation at everyone else's behest. I'm sure, but they wish for the king to be defeated and Rogard to be saved and so on. No one's wishing for you specifically. If they were going to wish for anyone specific, it would be Mira. Okay, see, it's just not being reasonable at this point. Yeah. It's a lot of hair to rip out. Somehow, this game feels especially effective at its depictions of just sheer rumination. Also, again, I apologize for my inopportune moments of unusual curiosity here, but I have kind of an obsession with seeing all the dialogue and whatnot you can get anywhere in this game. So, can you do this here? Fair enough. Oh. Seif decides to speed run life. Alright. Where are we time-wise? We got a bit more time. Oh, it's this song again. Have we heard this one before? I think there was one time where the music was weird here. Curious if I didn't have the ribbon, if that would say something different. No fishing today? It is pretty important. Part of our routine. It is just, for some reason I was curious if Steve would have opinions about this barrel. Oh, Change God's looking real fine today. Up in the corner there. The frowny face country. Okay, come on now. How do you know I was napping? Anyways. All right. I like how you managed to cut them off without saying anything. Interesting. Probably not any point in being tutorialed by the tutorial kid. Or tutored, more likely, is the right way of saying that. Indeed it has. Okay. I don't remember if you actually ever can open this door, to be perfectly honest. I feel like you can't. Oh, really? A baguette for a mouth. I think we're good. Alright, what else have we and have we not done here? That is true. Oh yeah, he doesn't show up here yet. Oh, normally can't actually interact with this person this way, can we? I thought not. Or maybe you can't talk to them afterwards. Maybe you can talk to them before you sit, and then you can't talk to them after you sit. I don't know what it is that I guess something about. I guess there's a different air about us to the point where they just don't initiate a conversation with us this time. Interesting. I like how I'm just, like, completely ignoring Seif's motivation right now to do stuff quickly. Have I opened this one before? Wait. Oh, don't you need a... Wait, how do we get in here? Oh, that is the open phrase. I couldn't remember. Oh yeah, we are actually allowed to grab this because you can get the bomb that way. Interesting. So that thing is actually something that helps us and we are allowed to do it. Oh, strictly speaking, there is a thing with Bonnie that we missed in the past stretch of the game. Kind of a random thing. Imagine we're not allowed to grouse. I'm not trying to go inside. There you go. Oh, come on, you can't possibly turn this down. Oh, jeez. Oh, look at that. I do like that Sif was able to calm down a little bit for this. He's trying so hard. Nope. Okay, never mind. Didn't anticipate that. Nah, no dialogue for it anyways. I can come in here? Really? Yeah, you've given it to everyone before already. Interesting. Alright. And this is one of those cases where I have not seen most of those stuff before as far as I can recall. Alright, what do you have to say to me? Everyone's got something new to say. No blessing today? Kind of strange, because that would actually be useful. But then again, we decided the bomb's not useful too. Oh, okay. In that case, just out of curiosity. It said I should talk to Mira first, so I'm guessing, yeah. Okay. Where are we time-wise? Okay. I think there's everything we can do in town right now. That is true, you didn't tell her. I guess that is true. But can you also just tell her the regular one now? Yeah, so you can decide whether or not to help her right now. If you want to go do other stuff first. But there's nothing else to do right now, I don't think. I don't know if Sif is actually very distracted in reality, to put it one way. Oh yeah, new sprite. I always forget a different sprite for this scene. Don't bring attention to it, Mira. Strap in, everyone. Oh boy. About what? Maybe I'm just... Maybe after all the loops things have escaped my memory, but I actually don't authentically don't remember Sif teasing her for whatever. The closest I can think of is him acting a little, I don't know, sly or whatever with throwing puns at her from time to time, but I don't think throwing out a pun is really teasing. Are we in the middle? Let's go by the bench. Two thoughts on that, though, I will say. One is that with all the focus on Sif looping back whenever things get intense emotionally, interestingly, this is an exception to that. Second, I will say, for as much as I like the characterization of this game, I always found it slightly strange how Mira doesn't just go, wow, that was an incredibly screwed up thing to say. She just doesn't just get angry. She immediately claims that she immediately declares that he's not a friend in any capacity for him having said, like, 2 to 3 stupid sentences, which I always found kind of strange. The degree to which she is upset makes perfect sense to me, but the precise content of what she ends up saying always seems a little bit surprising to me. Perhaps it's just Mira getting really worked up and saying things she doesn't quite mean. I always did find that scene a little surprising in that sense, to be perfectly honest. I think sometimes with how Sif is clearly the least equipped here to deal with emotional issues, so sometimes realizing anyone else here also has any inadequacies in dealing with their own emotions can be surprising, because you're just so used to Sif being the only one who's got that issue to that degree. Anyways, where to now? I don't think the game's actually said. The game seems to have a specific order it wants us to talk to people in. I'm not sure. Oh, what the? Wait, why does the game even let me? Why can't I say I'll talk to you later and then not come back? And then not leave? Okay, I guess I have to. I was curious if I actually have a choice to talk to Odile or anyone else first, but whatever. Oh. Fair enough. Honestly. It does sound like the sort of thing you might be interested in. You are clearly interested in learning around culture around here, so. Or it can be the pessimist, sure. I feel like you could get away with this if you gave sensible explanations, because you could. You could say, oh, I heard this girl had a family tale, just, I don't know, from some kids talking, or from her talking about it somewhere, whatever. Because it's a place to look at a book alone. Isn't that usually ideal conditions for looking at a book? Hey, come on, Steve. If you're gonna be the secretive, you have to learn how to, like, deflect and whatnot. Is that a callback or forward to the acquaintances thing? Although, granted, she even does say, no, I couldn't call you friends, but even if we're more like family. Anyways. That's 2 for 2 for being slapped. I'll just keep on going. I feel like it's better to power through these and not start with resuming these next episode. You can probably tell that things aren't on the best trajectory right now. So, not very high hopes for what's coming. No, slow version of this song. I think that's more damage than any of us can do individually. Don't we do like 2,000 most? Like in the 2,000s? Does that experience actually apply? Where does it apply? Do you cash it in on the first floor or something? Although, that would only apply to you at most, wouldn't it? I wonder if maybe it only applies in Universe to Bonnie. I mean, what did you trip on? Dude's still getting used to being short an eye, for what it's worth. Like, he does bump into things and whatnot. Okay, the not looking scared part kind of poses a problem. Again, Steve isn't very good at plausible deniability these days. Well, nothing hurt me. But that was pretty poor phrasing. Alright. Going through these now with an actual timer, I'm realizing these are a lot shorter than they actually felt like the first time I saw them. Anyways. Hey, Isa. That is the implication, yes. Yeah, I guess less time has passed, hasn't it? Clearly. I will say, it is a little... I suppose Isa does always resolve to actually address these things later, but he... The fact that he's the one who actually realizes that Steve is always lying straight through his teeth doesn't really add up to much when he never actually quite gets around to doing anything about it. I guess that's really just a function of the fact that there are some pretty important goings on right now, and he reasonably decides, okay, we'll address this after we deal with our current predicament. Does Sif strike you as someone who knows what's healthy at this point? Of course, I say that with you not having really realized much going on until, you know, like, partway through today, but not that you didn't have issues prior. I see that fast forward icon. It just loops. It is unusual for, well, I'd say one, it's unusual for Sif to actually, for people to notice that Sif is zoning out. But second, he usually only zones out during stuff he's seen before, which might be the difference here. Why indeed? Do we? We don't need to make them stronger. Having fun spying on me still? Since when are you concerned about them? We haven't beat him that many times. Alright. I think this is where we'll leave things off approximately, if not for the fact that I don't think we can save right now. No stats anymore. Huh. Usual knife and so on. Oh. We have a new memory. Okay, I did not know that. Alright. Is our ability the same? We have new abilities. In fact, they're very different. I forgot we had different music here. We have a all-purpose buff. We don't have any debuffs. Okay. Sometimes I'm concerned about how much time I spend quiet in this game, but something of a... I try to have a policy of just knowing when to be quiet. Is this supposed to happen here? But, this game happens to have an unusually high density of moments where that feels like the right thing to do. But sometimes it gets to more like, okay, wow, I'm spending a lot of time not saying anything. I try to find... Okay, now we're doing more damage than Bonnie. I try to find sensible moments to cut through the silence and so on. Okay. Right now I think will be the time, though, when we cut things off. Next time we will continue here in this. And I think we'll be, in spite of all the cutscenes we've had for, well, today, I think next time we'll probably have a bit more time to ourselves to contemplate things if I had to guess. Alright, but this was a... I felt it would be pretty... Well, one, this would be a good place to cut off in an episode and then start another one. But second, I also just thought it would be best to get through kind of ripping off a bandage sort of thing, getting through all the scenes prior to this, because those can be a little bit difficult to watch. Anyways. Alright, I'll see everyone next time, and, well, we'll keep on going however this goes. I don't say anything. Not right now. I'll say lots of stuff later. Bye, everyone.